Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Oh, here it is. You get fairy dust. Here it comes. You get fairy dust. I get fairy dust. Amelie gets fairy dust. She's right there. I have a question for Ask an Advanced Bitch. And if you have a question for me, there is a place in the bio, a form in the bio where you can just add your question to the list and I will get to it as soon as I can. I answer them in the order that they are received. Okay, here we go. Wait, hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Okay, I cheated on my ex-partner a year ago. He was upset but wanted to work on things. But I ultimately decided that it was best that we end things. We've had no contact and have both gone on to different relationships, but I still can't get over feeling like a terrible person about it. For context, it was a very drunken night with a very persistent guy who was essentially making it very hard for me to politely turn him down. Still, I know I could have walked away. I still have guilt over it, and I still worry that I'm a terrible person. You are absolutely not. I did everything I could to apologize, and I took the steps to figure out why I did it and improve those aspects of myself, but I still feel like a rotten human being. How do I stop feeling like this? This is an amazing question. Thank you so much for asking it, and I love it so much. So you probably realize that I work with a lot of, if I work with women, I work with some women who have been cheated on, and I have worked with some women who have cheated. And here's the thing, and I've worked with my amazing clients with marital issues, whatever, toxic relationship things. And what I've learned is that there are two ways to get out of a relationship. Two ways. One is to walk out the front door. And walking out the front door means having a difficult conversation and saying, yeah, I need to break up with you. This isn't working, or, I need a divorce, or, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to, stay married to you, or, whatever. You know how to break up. You know what a breakup is. So, okay. But then there's another way that people do it, that they get out of a relationship by going out the back door. And going out the back door is doing shit like cheating, or just doing way irresponsible things, lots of drinking or gambling, or just whatever that's going to kind of blow the relationship up. And it will symbolize, it will signify the end of a relationship for us. It sounds like you whatever, worked on your amends at the time, and it sounds like it didn't go over well, but ultimately you wanted to leave anyway. And so, and that's how I think of it. It's like if somebody does that in a marriage or a relationship, it's a way to get out. It's not a pretty way, but it's a way. And we're not bad people for, you probably had examples of people doing that, blowing up a relationship. And so we learn and we think, oh, that's the way to end it. That's the only way I can end it. So part of growing up is accepting that we are going to fuck up sometimes. Accepting that we are going to hurt somebody. Accepting that we're gonna get it wrong. Accepting that sometimes I can be a shitbag. Like, just expecting that is part of being human. We do things that are good, we do things that are bad, we do things that are right, we do things that are wrong. And sometimes we do things wrong, but that's actually the right thing to do. And sometimes we do things bad because that's actually the better thing to do, or that's the good thing to do. We just are doing our fucking best. And it's very hard work. So I recommend going to therapy and healing from this. If you happen to have an addiction, you can work the steps. And one of the gifts of working those 12 steps, which I think everybody could use a trip down the 12 steps. It's very cathartic and healing, all that personal growth work. It is definitely advanced personal growth work. And one of the things that you do is you write about when I was a terrible person or when I did terrible things. And you write all that shit down, every single thing that you can think of that you did bad, because we walk around with the guilt and shame of the shit that we did in the past every single day. And so you go through this little ritual, the 4th step, and then you do the 5th step when you tell another human being, and then you experience that other human being being accepting and loving, and now you don't have, it's not a secret anymore. So I'm honored that you told me this, that it's not easy to admit these things, but you're definitely not a bad person. And so that may require some therapy to do some work, again, or a 12-step program or something to where you can release guilt and shame, and also to forgive yourself. Sometimes it takes what it takes to get out of a toxic relationship. Sometimes we got to go out the back door. Sometimes we got to go out the front door. To me, there's the value of going out the front door is less you have the consequences of the person being mad at you and yelling at you or whatever, and going out the back door, you still have that, but the person who cheats is the one who will get blamed for the blow up, when all relationships are partnerships. We can't, in a relationship, we don't fuck up alone. There's another person in there with us. So yeah, it's time to heal that and truly, truly heal that so that you can be free from it. I will say that sometimes we do things in our life so we have something to beat ourselves up over for the rest of our lives, and that is not advanced. So we got to do the advanced work to get that shit lifted. And then how long do you go to therapy? You go to therapy until it's no longer an issue. When you think back on it as like, oh, I wish that hadn't happened, but I get why it did. And, I know I don't want to repeat that or whatever. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. You're amazing. Okay, I love you. Bye.